Gary Vee recently made a decision that could quite possibly change his life forever. He sold his company Empathy Wines. In this video, we'll be taking a look into why he decided to do this. And without further ado, let's get straight into the main points. Alright, so before we get into why Gary Vee decided to sell his company, let's go over a few things. The network that acquired his company is called Constellation Brands. The reason as to why they decided to acquire the brand is because states have been stricter with their stay-at-home orders. This means that there was a huge spike in online shopping, and according to Gary Vee himself, alcohol is one of the most profitable online businesses ever. He said, "The key to our strategy is being customer obsessed." Anyways, let's dig further as to the reasons why Gary Vee decided to sell his company, and why Constellation Brands was extremely interested in acquiring the company. Reason number 1. Scale. One of the first reasons as to why Constellation Brands bought Empathy Wines was to grow their online footprint. They wanted to scale up the company and turn it into something more than just a small niche of people that want wine. With this comes changes. The company will become more large scale and they'll experiment with different marketing strategies in an attempt to bring a larger number of active customers. Recent numbers show that Empathy Wines sold 15,000 cases of wine and had about 2,000 active subscribers. And Constellation hopes to make those sales even higher than they are already. Reason number 2. Experience. Constellation Brands have been in the beverage industry since 1945, and they have a net income of over $1.5 billion. Not only this, but they also boast over 8.7 thousand employees. If there's a company that knows this industry best, it's Constellation Brands. Gary Vee wouldn't sell his company if he knew it wouldn't be in good hands, and well, now it is. Constellation has over 100 businesses in their portfolio, and it turns out Empathy Wines might just be their 101st. They boast massive names like Corona and even American craft beer like Funky Buddha. Number 3. Scale. Again. In an NBC interview, Gary Vee confirmed what I said in my first point, and that is that Empathy Wines could see significant growth while it's being run by Constellation Brands. And as the host in the interview says, the offer was just too good to pass up.
So you just created Empathy last year, right? And normally you wouldn't be willing to sell now, but it was just too good to pass up the way Constellation can take this to the next level, next 5 levels.
Constellation is the leading wine business in the world, and the reality is that Nate, John, and I, my founders, wanted to produce the greatest $20 wine direct to consumer. And the reality of the winemaking,
Gary just straight up admits that Empathy is way more advanced in the industry than him and his founders. He said that because of the extreme scale of the company, the host was right. The offer really was too good to pass up. You can see Gary Vee really cares for his company and he wants to see it succeed in the long run. And it looks like if that were to happen, it wouldn't be with him as the owner.
The infrastructure, I mean, Constellation is not only years, not only decades, but centuries ahead of where we are just 18 months into this process. So yeah, this is one of those 1 + 1 = 11, where both sides of the equation bring so much value, it becomes a no-brainer. So you're right, not in kind of my DNA to sell businesses, but here we are.
If this is a time where we're all dealing with things, I guess, Robert, and...
Number 4. More wine. Gary's mission was to prove affordable and quality wine to households that maybe couldn't afford the expensive stuff. And once Constellation Brands bought the company, they released a 10-minute video about the whole ordeal, and I'll play you the first 10th of the video.
Mr. Vaynerchuk, nice to see you. How are you?
It is really great to be with you, my friend. It's good to see you.
Yeah, how are things going? You okay?
Yeah, hanging in. It's been an interesting 2020, but I've enjoyed my time with you, so there's that.
Yeah, there's that for sure. Yeah, it's been an interesting time. We're going to have a lot to look back on, but we're here for a different reason today, which I'm really excited about. You and I have been talking for some time about CBI's wine and spirits business.
As you can obviously see, Robert Hansen is really excited about the fact that they acquired this brand, and he has plans to scale it up massively. He can tell that this was a good investment on his side, and it will pay off in the long run.
I think one of the hallmarks of the company has been our commitment to taking kind of bold and really innovative moves, which includes a lot of exciting M&A activity. And as a leader, I'm super committed to making those bold moves happen moving forward. And one of the areas that we're super focused on is becoming the high-end, bold and innovative high-end wine and spirits company in the digital commerce channels.
where they started. This isn't much of a point, but rather to see the original idea that Gary Vee had whilst he started Empathy Wines. And well, here's the original trailer, for a lack of better words, of Empathy Wines.
Hey everybody, it's Gary Vaynerchuk, co-founder of Empathy Wines. Super excited about tasting our red wine. Full disclosure, this is the second time I'm tasting the finished product because the other night John, Nate, and I had a business meeting. It was serious, and we got to taste it. So I'm excited to taste it again. Before I even go into my tasting notes in real time right now, we had a very simple ambition with this program, which is to make delicious wine. And I know that may sound funny, but I would tell.
In this video, Gary Vee tries out the final wine product that they will be delivering, and as you can see, he's really happy with the result.
That John and the winemaker are obviously in the wine mindset, and I think what I was very focused on was, okay, cool, because we need that, because you need me to make great wine. But let's not make that 100%, which I think is the vulnerability of 99% of wines made in the world. Let's also lean at least 10 to 15 to 20% towards consumer deliciousness. I think one of the things that you've seen from us on social, if you look at Empathy's comments, people are like genuine.
So in conclusion, Gary Vee made the decision to sell his company because he knew that the Cannado would be in good hands and that they would scale out more than they could ever imagine. And that's about it. Do us a favor and like and subscribe. And if you like this video, then I'm sure you'll like the two ones that are on your screen right now. Anyways guys, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.